When you feel the world is over, when you say you're feeling lonely, if you ever need a shoulder, you know
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for stopping by again. I was just wanting to do a little bit of video with me flying around. I don't go low, I don't go high, I just kind of cruise. We're going to talk about some things in this video. First thing being rotor. You'll see here in a little bit, I'll explain more what rotor is. Rotor is when, like that house that you just seen, when the wind mass or any wind goes over that, it acts like a river. So now it hits that object, now it rolls around the outside. That is rotor. Um, the thing is, with these windmills, you're all gonna ask, so some of you guys have never flown around windmills. They do create rotor. It sometimes it can feel severe, but I don't think it's really that bad. It The rotor starts about midway up the tower is when I really notice it, and above. Once you get too high though, then it stops. The rotor does. So that is like the section that's mostly has rotor. Um, and also I want to talk about, I don't really get the fear of hitting them. They are big, but there's so much space in between them that it's fine enough to fly through. So I do keep it in mind. Oh, hey, here's a windmill, here's a windmill. So I have like a map while I'm flying, but they don't really get in the way. You'll see coming up, one thing that kind of was worrying me a little bit, but it wasn't too bad, is there are windmill people out there. You only get to see them for a split second, but if they're deciding to turn that on and they got done fixing it, that could be a problem if I flew under it, but I didn't even get kind of close to it. I kind of got close, but not that close. Enough to where if it starts up, you can see it right there. So if it started up, I would have been fine. Some things that I want to talk about is warm gear. I've had some questions about warm gear, so we're going to answer some of them, and I want your guys' feedback too, because warm gear there's so much that you can improve on, and this is my take on it. So, and also, warm gear is not going down to California or Florida. That is going to the warm area. I know that it might be in the comments, but first thing we're going to talk about is feet and hands. First thing, feet. The second most important, hands being the first. Feet, I have these, I would buy nice boots if you have them. I bought these little insoles heat pads. They're very, very, very nice. Your feet aren't the most cold because you got the blood rushing to your feet, so it's not the most cold. Wool socks helps your feet. So that's feet in a nutshell. It's not the biggest thing, but not the smallest thing either. So that's that. Second thing, hands. Hands are super complicated. I seen a guy in his video, he had like not leather, rubber. Usually you want to stick away from those, but if the inside, I would guess, if it was like soft and furry, so your hands aren't making contact, and that gives you more of a play with the toggles, so you're not trying to force around, so your hands are a little bit more crisp instead of having all that bulk to them. You can get heated gloves. If anybody knows the smallest pair of heated gloves, please tell me, please. Um, Usually they're thick, really thick. Um, let's think here. You can use heated packs. Heated packs are pretty good. They don't last for very long. They like slowly gain up and they get really, really, really hot and then they pretty much phase off. That's what I've noticed with heat packs, so I kind of try to stick away from them. let's talk about the next thing. Legs, suit, all this clothing that you're trying to wear for winter, trying to make it thin but more tons of layers. That way you're not so bulky and trying to move around and fly at the same time. So that's one thing. Legs, I would do snow pants, and wear blue jeans under them. If you want to wear long underwear, that's fine too. That'll help. That's basically legs in a nutshell. Body is pretty easy, because it's gonna stay the warmest. Try to do as many layers. You can do a heated jacket. I would try not to get materials that are stiffer, because stiffer materials are harder to get into the paramotor. I'm wearing a stiff jacket in this video, and it's a little bit more tough. If you have more of a puffy jacket, not really puffy, but more soft jacket, it's a little bit easier to slip in and it sits a little bit nicer. That's basically body, unless somebody else tells me different. Explain in the comments what you like to do for warm gear, and I'll look at it and maybe try it out. Head is the next thing. Face mask, you really need a face mask. It helps so much. It's probably, I wouldn't go 30 below without a face mask. Your nose starts running and your nose gets really cold. You don't want your nose to get too cold. Next thing would be eyewear. I would get something to help block your eyes to get the wind off of them. You don't have to do sunglasses because sometimes a lot of winter flights are like what you're seeing right now today in this video. Overcast and not very shiny and bright and happy. So wear some eyewear, that'll help. But that's basically it that I want to explain for warm gear. I just wanted to hop in here and start explaining some things better. There's going to be more coming. Just stay tuned for it. Thank you all for the follows and I call them follows. I'm used to Twitch. Thanks for all the subscriptions and the comments. I love them. I try to answer every single comment if it's answerable. But thanks you all, and you all have a good night or good morning, whatever time it is for you. And thank you so much. See ya.